to get in the zone. The red zone starts right now.
Tonight's red zone coming out stinging. The Academy Bumblebees look to make it 2 in a row in a classic Bell County rivalry. Plus a top 10 clash in Lorena as the Leopards play host to #1 ranked Franklin. And it's the dawn of a new era in Belton as the Lake Belton Broncos kick off their inaugural varsity season against Mejia and new head coach Aaron Nowell in our Red Zone Game of the Week. Pick up your pom-poms and wear your team colors proud because the Red Zone starts right now. Let's get things started. The Crawford Pirates, fresh off a trip to the regional semifinals, hosting Goldthwait, holding a 21-0 lead at the start of the second half. Goldthwait gets the ball and makes it count. Jackson Patrick on the quarterback keeper. He finds a lane up the middle, has a few Pirates to beat, wrestled down there inside the 20. Just a few plays later, handoff goes to Seth Gardner, who plows his way across the goal line. Point after, no good. But the score is still 21-6 Crawford. Later on, Crawford takes this one with the final 35-6. You are dialed into the most action-packed high school football show in Central Texas. I'm Jack Allen, and we are ready for another wild season.
And I'm Nia Gonzalez. Jack, I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. Week 1 offers the hope of new beginnings for programs across Central Texas, especially after a year like we had in 2020.
That's right, Nia, and nowhere is that more true than in our Red Zone Game of the Week. It's the first game of Lake Belton's first varsity season. First game for new Mejia head coach Aaron Nowell. First quarter, Micah Hudson. He's going to be a star at Lake Belton, but here he fumbles right along the sideline, and Mejia gets it before it goes out of bounds. Then Trey Betts, a deep pass, look at it go, to DeKedrick Brooks. That sets up a Mejia touchdown, and then it doesn't get easier than this. A routine 2-point conversion right up the middle as Mejia went up 8-0. Later on, though, Lake Belton responding. Connor Cruz, deep pass. Hudson gets his redemption inside the 5-yard line. That sets up a Connor Cruz touchdown, and Lake Belton would kind of cruise from there. They wind up being up 42-21 here in the fourth quarter. The Temple Wildcats thrown right into the fire, taking on arguably the best team in all of high school football, not just here in Texas, but in the country. Late second quarter, score 24-3. Chaparral's up, and Caleb Klubelnik slings it to Bryce Chambers. That's a touchdown. Westlake would just keep rolling from there. They get another pass across the middle, making some guys miss. He finds his way into the end zone. Look, Westlake rolled pretty well in this one as they wind up pulling ahead of Temple in a big way. They wind up taking this one 47-6.
The Salado Eagles had a historic season in 2020, bulldozing their way to a district title. But a lot of those guys are gone. Could a young, inexperienced group get the job done against Troy? Well, tonight is the test. Second quarter, just 7-0. Salado Chase Carr is swallowed up in the backfield by Garrett Combs. Later, Drew Bird with the shifty, nifty footwork on the run up the middle. Salado moving the ball slowly but surely down the field before Hutton Hare breaks free on the misdirection. He rumbles on into the end zone to make it 41-0. Salado taking the W.
Well, there's nothing quite like football in the fall. The smell of a concession stand, the taste of some popcorn, and of course, the sound of the band. So we want you to sit back and listen to the sounds of our band of the week coming from La Vega. The Red Zone continues coming up next.
La Vega High School is not going to win a district championship. We expect to win a district championship. The goal is to win a state championship. And so all we're trying to do is play those first 5 games, get as good as we can possibly get, play well in those second 5 games, and scratch the surface, get in the playoffs. And then hopefully by the time we get in the playoffs, we're playing at a high rate, and then see what happens.
The La Vega Pirates are not out to surprise anyone this season. After winning a title in 2018 and coming oh so close in 2019, the Pirates look to be back in the conversation in 2021, ranked among the top 10 in the state. And these boys are hungry. That journey back to AT&T Stadium starting tonight against Katy Jordan. First play of the game, La Vega's Bryson Rowland slips around the line through 1-2 tackles, gets the first down, stalls out on Jordan's first drive. Christmas coming early. And we'll go on to the next game. The West Trojans ranking 25th to open the year, playing host to Lexington and A&M commit Jared Kerr. Second quarter, West leads 14-0. Lexington throws it to the end zone on the 4th down, but the West defense says, not so fast, knocking down Sheldon Springer's pass. West with the ball, and Israel Gutierrez cutting through the defense, and he is gone. Yet another touchdown for West. The score now 21-0. The Trojans just coming out strong, and I mean, they look good. West again with the ball. Gus Kane, eyes wide open. He finds Manny Herrera in the end zone, and West extends the lead 28-0. West taking it all 42-7 in the 4th quarter.
In 2020, District 11 3A Division 1 was madness. No one knew what to expect. This season, expected to be more of the same, with a pair of teams ranked in the top 25 and several more fighting for a spot in the playoffs. We start with the district favorites, Lorena hosting a top 10 clash with number 1 ranked Franklin. Lorena down 14-6 when they're stuffed on 4th down inside the red zone. Coming up short there. Then Jaden Jackson. He's going to break free. Look at him. Whoop! He gets past the defenders, down the sideline, and he is gone. But not so fast, my friends. There's a flag on the field, so we're going to do it over again. This time, Franklin's going to try to throw the ball, and watch this. It's bobbled around, and Lorena gets the pick, and this time, he's gone. All the way down the sideline for a touchdown. That made it 14-12. Let me tell you, the fans loved it. But on the ensuing kickoff, Franklin would get a long kick return. They wind up pulling away until Lorena comes back 20-14. That one in the 4th quarter now. Now some highlights that we kind of got to earlier. Academy snuck into the playoffs in 2020, looking for a good burst of momentum against their Bell County neighbors, Rogers. Here we go. First quarter, Academy ball right on the goal line. Casey Mraz hands off to Zane Clark, who dives into the end zone to give the Bumblebees the score. Later, Rogers ball. Riley Dolgener fakes the handoff and throws it deep. That one's caught inside the red zone. And they wind up getting 6 points. That's how you do it down in Rogers. Later, Ivan Lopez takes Academy with a deep pass to the right side. He makes a defender miss. The Bumblebees doing what they do best, spreading the ball all around the field as Academy takes the lead once again. Look, Academy is poised for good things in this game, and they wind up pulling ahead 38-28.
Cameron Yode endured a tough year in 2020, missing the playoffs for the first time in more than a decade. So the Yeomen went out and they brought back legendary coach Rick Rhodes to try to lead them to the promised land. Vikings kicking off junior Ethan Helton. He sees it and catch in the end zone. The crowd going crazy. Next, Vikings possession. It's a 5-yard touchdown run by junior David Garcia. And I mean, he made that play look so easy. He just snuck right through the defense. The Yeomen would get on the board shortly after that with a trick play on the kickoff return, and you really can't even see where the ball went. Junior Pharrell Hemphill, he has it, taking it all the way down the field. He's all by himself, and Hemphill with a touchdown. There you go. He's making it look so easy. And they take the lead. Cameron Yo losing La Vega Vista with 27 in the 3rd quarter. Rounding out the district, Rockdale hosting LaGrange over at Tiger Stadium. If we learned anything from 2020, it's that football just isn't the same. And that's why we want to recognize the loudest and proudest across the region. And we're going to take the score, Rockdale 21-15 in the third.
Look, if 21 taught us anything, like Nia was saying, it's that, look, things aren't the same without fans. So we want to recognize the loudest, the proudest in the stands across Central Texas tonight. Our School Spirit Award winner is going to go to the Salado student section. They were going wild all game long. Definitely want to recognize them over at UMHB. And now we're going to take a look at our red zone big board. Those scoreboards coming up. Stay tuned because we're going to be entering into the fourth quarter up next. '20 changed the way we look at and experience football. And as we turn the page on a new year, we want to remember the year that was.
From day one, we knew 2020 was going to be special. Masks, social distance, seating, and more disinfectant than we knew what to do with.
I'm just glad we got to play, you know, because to me, high school kids love these high school memories.
It truly was new ground, even for those who have been coaching for decades.
Played every night of the week. You know, we're the only school in the state in our district played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was a challenge last year.
We saw games canceled left and right, including one just minutes before the team was supposed to get off the bus.
We just were running out of depth, and with the COVID situation last year, we never knew when we were going to lose a whole position group, so we had to develop some things.
But nothing could stop high school football from rolling on. Teams celebrated historic district titles and went on magical postseason runs. In a year of uncertainty, high school football was a beacon of hope in so many small communities.
I told these guys, you know, don't take anything for granted because they, you know, the world's still moving, and you know, so just practice hard today, and we scrimmage Saturdays, play as hard as you can.
Now we're moving into a new season. Are there lessons learned? Well, kind of.
It's almost like I'm learning all over again because last year was COVID, and so it's a whole different set of rules you're playing by, and so I can't really lean on last year. Just, you know, obviously you played football and we did this and that, but you know, it's so different already.
As the dawn breaks on a new season and the hope continues for a return to normal, the eyes of Central Texas are turning back to football to provide those sparks of magic and hope once again.
Well, that will do it for our first week in the Red Zone. Nia, it's already shaping up to be a good one.
That's right, Jack. Remember, you can catch us every Friday night in the Red Zone at 10:10.
For now, on behalf of Nia, myself, and our entire Red Zone team, have a great night.